I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience with this. Is the Harbor Freight Predator 212cc chipper and shredder. And I'm going to assume that you're literate people and that you can read the book. I've already used it for a few days, so I went through the warming up process where you condition the engine, and which I was a little bit disappointed when I wasn't running at full speed. And then after the second day I started using it, and then I turned up to full speed, and it really ate that stuff up. I'm going to show you how I chopped up this cedar tree using the chainsaw and this chipper shredder. The first thing is, you do have to be careful, and as I make the video, I'm going to show you about how big the piece is. It says you insert the pieces here. Of course, you can do the smaller things out here. I don't really put anything up here at top except for little tiny stuff, because if you put it in the top, it really spins it around and grinds it up even smaller. And so I put some vines and things like that, and it'll actually get all tangled up and won't come out very well. So I'd use that for leaves, but as you're going to see in the video, basically everything I can, I slide right here into this sleeve. A couple of things, I haven't used one very much. When you first start using this thing, man, it's scary, because I'll tell you what, you imagine your arm getting sucked down this. So definitely use some gloves, not some baggy gloves. I was using some loose fitting kind of deer skin gloves the first time I did it, and sometimes those limbs I feed them would kind of catch on parts of my gloves. And so I switched to some more low profile, kind of tight fitting nylon type of gloves. Oh, I'll get some. Anyway, some gloves kind of like this that fit nice and tight, and that way as I'm using it, there's not as much for the limbs to grab on. The cedar, which I'm going to be doing in the video, of course, is a very soft wood, and I mean, I tore through that dude quick. And so if I'd have started out with the chainsaw doing the cedar tree instead of the oak trees I started off, man, I would have been even more impressed. But overall, this thing's done exactly what I thought it would do. It has started pretty easy. I've only used it probably, I don't know how many hours yet. 3 days. I come out after work, and we have all this woods we're slowly clearing out, and I'm building a little place here we can sit and visit. So I'm going to spread all these chips out just because it gets a little muddy in here when it rains. But overall, I've been very happy with it so far, and you're going to watch me chew up all those limbs now. Even though it says 3-inch on the thing over there, in my experience, that would be an ideal situation. Usually if it's about 2 inches, that's as big as it goes, and you can bog it down. And then if you bog it down, you got to open it up and clean it out. So I just try to stay with smaller stuff, and if it's too big, I throw it over here in the pile to go in our little fire pit, our family fire pit, for a cookout. well, I didn't time myself. But as far as cedar goes, this dude makes quick work of the cedar, both the chainsaw and the chipper. So now all I gotta do is spread it around and have my 3 boys come and stack up all this cedar wood. And later on I'm gonna add a video of me cutting down an oak tree. It's gonna be quite a bit harder, because I've done that already with it, and that's definitely takes more work. It's just slower. And of course, because the wood is harder, it takes more battery power.